Go to freezing shit again. What's up, y'all? Come on in the building. Here we go with the freezing shit again. Mm-hmm. Come on in. Got some peanuts. Peace reflection. I see you. Mm-hmm. Got my hibiscus tea. I got hibiscus tea today. Olujuni, I see you. Back in the building. Welcome back. We got some reception. Peace Queen, I see you, Nail. Reflection. What's going on? Jermaine, what's going on? Hibiscus tea, that's good. Earlier I did a video. Earlier that said a man needs a confident woman. Wants a confident woman. This is part 2. Yes, come on in. Lavasha, I see you. Yes. I don't know. See my tent? Maybe my tent. I'll try it. I'll try anything. Hold on. Let me not spill my tea. I'll try anything. As long as... One second, y'all. As long as I don't spill my tea. Y'all see tent? Peace. I see you. 1 second, y'all. Just give me a second. Give me a quick second. We finna go in hard today on the second one, part 2. Okay. Part 2. A man wants a confident woman. Yes. A man wants a confident woman. I don't like the way this light. It ain't shining on me. I need to be able to see myself. But this is good enough for y'all. A man wants a confident woman, and here's why. I explained to you earlier why a woman wants a confident man. She don't want a wimp. A woman do not want a wimp for a man. Let me just back up a little bit for you newcomers who heard the last download. A woman don't want a wimp for a man. This is not to say she don't want a homosexual type of man. What it means to be a wimp is to say that she don't want a man who is not sure of himself. A woman don't want a man who is not sure of himself. Excuse me for not introducing myself. I am the enlightened messenger. Yes, coming in, bringing you this download, my higher self, the enlightened messenger. You may want to watch part 1. I'm only saying that because part 1 is titled "A Woman Wants a Confident Man." But for you, I'm going to back up just a little bit, because this is part 2. A man wants a confident woman, and this is deep. A woman wants a confident man. She don't want a man who is always guessworking. Everything is guesswork with this man. Everything is, I don't know what you want to do, where you want to go. No, she wants a man that knows exactly what he wants to do, where he wants to go, lays down the law, puts in the order and structure, give order and structure, and gives the route and direction for her life. See, a woman don't want a man. A woman will go with the man anywhere. It does not matter about what he has, because he understands that my confidence is all you need. And a woman is looking for a man with her mind. A woman is looking for a man with her mind. And what is the kind of mind that a woman has? The mind of a strong, assertive, confident man. That's her mind. She wants the mind of a man that is strong, assertive, and confident in everything. He's not guessing everything he does. You see, to not have his own mind is to have the mind of others, to have the mind of someone else. She don't want a man with a mind of someone else. She wants a man that has a mind that is sure of himself. See, a woman needs her confidence built up too, but her confidence comes through a man. But as I spoke of earlier, they've taken the man away from the home and given the woman, and this is especially addressing to the black community, they took the man out of the home and they gave the black woman them as their man. Made the black woman more scared of having an assertive man, a confident man. So they left you with nothing but wimps. They took out the strong men through jail, prison, and killed them, and gave you nothing but a selection of men who have other men's mind, men who don't have their own mind. Because to have your man with his own mind is to have a man that leads you his way, not their way. To have a man with his own mind is to have a man who leads you and his family in the building of his nation his way and not their way. And what they don't want is me, leading you my way. They want you being led their way. So what do? They take away the man. They take away the man. Are you understanding? And so now, a woman, my first part you need to go watch, the first video is a woman wants a confident man. And a lot of you women been watching this one. I talked about the TV show because I'm about to go into my next download. I can't keep staying here. Go watch the part 1. A lot of you women, especially in the black community, grew up on this one TV show called Living Single. And that TV show took away everything that a black man was supposed to play as a role in the black woman's life. That TV show made you believe that you are independent of a man. It made you believe that lesbians and homosexuals got all these, especially lesbians and homosexual black women, have all this power inside the workforce. So you are believing now that you can be successful as a gay, lesbian, black woman without the man. This is what Living Single did to you. And none of these women had children. So your mindset is on being successful into your 40s without having any kids. And by the time you're 40, you can't have any kids. This TV show showed you nothing but being 40 years old without any kids. And by the time you do find a man, because they made you believe that being successful as a black woman is going to take you into your late 30s, early 40s. By the time it's ready for you to have a kid, you can't. It's too late. This TV show robbed you of your mind and your consciousness, making you believe that you don't need your man. It showed you independence. It showed you strong, successful lesbian women in the workplace. It showed you women independent, successful, without any children. Let me get my stuff straight first. No, you need to get your man, and your man will get your stuff straight first. Because your job as a woman is to do what? Your job as a woman is to be a wife and a mother. That's your career goal. Your career goal is to be a wife and a mother, nothing else. This is how nature designed us. Nature designed us this way. Designed you, the mother, the woman, to do what? To have child, to nurture and nourish and nurse child. And he designed and God designed man to do what? To protect that child. I told you this earlier, and then we moving on. Go look into a lion's den. You go look into a lion's den. That one male lion has 4 or 5 wives. This isn't about polygamy right now. But that one male lion has 4 or 5 women protecting the pride. He's protecting the pride. There's only one alpha male protecting the pride of all these babies and these women. Why is that? These women chose him. He didn't choose them. These women chose him. The women chose the alpha male. The women chose the confident male. To protect what? To protect their way of life. You see, to have a dominant alpha lion in your tribe, in your pride, is to do what? It's to pass on that gene to the babies. And the animals, they know this. They know that having an alpha male, and he passes on the gene through our babies so that our little cubs can come up and continue to protect the pride and continue our species and continue growing and protecting our way of life. This is what it means when you see a lion protecting a lion's pride. You see, the women and the babies get to frolic about life. They get to frolic while he sits on the edge, 10 feet away from the family, protecting the perimeter for any enemies. This is his job. He's always looking out around the edge, protecting the perimeter, while the mama and the babies play. They are confident in that male lion. They're confident in his ability to protect them. And that's your job as a woman, to find a man who you should be confident in. So a woman wants a confident man. And what is the kind of man that she is looking for? She's looking for a true warrior. She ain't looking for no wimp. She's looking for a man that will protect her in every way. Protect her mind. Protect her life. Protect their children. She's looking for a man that will protect everything about her and their children and build that nation. That's what it means to be a man. That's what it means for a woman to be looking for a confident man. Because a woman to be looking for a confident man is to say, I want to pass on that gene to my son. I want to pass on that gene to my offspring so that he grows up and become a man like that. And we continue to breed men like that. Your goal is to breed men like that man. Now let's move on to part 2. A man wants a confident woman. Women, when you come into the stratosphere of a man, and you find a man that is assertive, a man that is confident, a man that knows himself, a man that doesn't allow his mind to become someone else's mind, but he has his own mind. Women, it is your job to allow that man to be that way and stay that way and be a man that he is. You are not to take away from him that confidence, because you see, jealousy comes in and you get mad and you get jealous and you get angry because he's being what you came to him as. He's being what you came to him as. A man. You were looking for a man and you found one. Now don't try to change that man from being a man, because other women who are looking for a man sees it too. Other women who are looking for a man is going to see a man in that man. So your job is not to take away from that man his manhood. Your job is to do what? Confidently boost that manhood, that energy. For what reason? So that other men can look at him and see what it is to be a man. Other men can look at him and know what it's like to be a man. And then you ought to want to show that man off to your friends, so they know what it's like to have a man. So they know what a man looks like. Some of your friends don't know what a man looks like. They're lost because they don't know what a man looks like. A man needs a confident woman. That means I need you to be confident in me and trust in me. But more so, just be confident in me. I need a confident woman. Woman who is confident in herself. Listen. Let me sip my tea on y'all. I'm going in. A man needs a woman to be confident in herself. She's going to get her confidence from him. Understand this. She's going to get her confidence from him. But I need you to be confident in yourself. For what reason? So that you don't have any insecurities and any impurities and any flaws. And therefore, when I bring you up in this tribe, in this nation, and we're building, I know that my children is straight. I don't want to go off doing my thing as a man, hunting and gathering. I don't want to go off doing my thing as a man, hunting and gathering, and my mindset is on what's being done with the family. How is the home front being? How's the home front and the fort being held down? I don't want to be. That's not my goal. Is to not go away thinking about what's being happening at the home front. My goal is to go away and do what I do as a man, and your goal is to do what? Make me confident in you. That you're going to hold down the fort. You're going to hold down the home front, and everything is going to be where it's supposed to be, because your number one job as a woman is to be a woman. That's your goal in life. You should say, when somebody asks, what do you want to be when you grow up, your career, you should say, I want to be a wife and a mother, because that's what you were naturally designed to do. Because that's what you were naturally designed to do. You were designed to be a mother and a wife. You were designed to nurse, nurture, and nourish. You were designed to nurse, nurture, and nourish. That's your job. That's your career. And the man's job and career is to do what? Provide, protect, and make sure that he performs as a man for you. His job is to provide, protect, and perform his duties. If he ain't performing his duties, he ain't being the man. If he's not, sorry y'all, this camera is crooked. I feel better. If he's not performing his duties, he's not doing his job as a man. And how do I make you confident? Because I need a confident woman. I have to make you confident in believing that. I have to make you confident in doing and performing my duties. So that way, when I leave the home front, you're taking care of the home front. I know the home front is good. A man needs a confident woman. He don't need a woman jealous of every damn thing. He don't need a woman thinking about what he's doing when he's out. You see, this came upon you. This thinking has come upon you because of the mindset you have been indoctrinated into. Sex is everywhere. This is why I put up a post that said, let sex be for procreation. Yes, sex is for healing too. Sex is for healing too. But let it be for nation building. Let it be for prolonging and prolonging my genome, so that my children will continue to be men like me. This is what they do in the Lion's Pride. This is what lions do in the Lion's Pride. They continue to what? Procreate that gene inside that male gene, that dominant alpha male gene. So that species, that type of, because even though you got a lion species, but even amongst the males, there is still a different breed. Even amongst the males, there's still a different breed. You got the sorry breed, you got the wimpy breed, you got the confident breed. The women are looking, this is why animals go to battle. You know why animals go to battle for the mate? Because the woman wants the stronger male. The one who wins the fight gets the The one who wins the battle gets this. Why? Because that's the dominant male. That's the alpha male. That's the stronger male. The woman wants the stronger male. Why? So he can pass his gene on to her offspring. And he can protect her when he gets older. This is what you ought to want as a woman. You ought to want a man who is confident. You should not take away a man's confidence. You should not take away a man's confidence. You should let that man be confident. And I need a woman that is confident. A woman that is confident in herself, in her mind, and her knowledge of self. Because see, to have a confident man, a woman wants a confident man. And what she wants is basically a version of herself in his mind. Okay? What she wants is a version of herself in his mind. She wants to be able to see herself in his mind and say, he got my mind. That's my mind. He has my mind. Even in the Bible says what? The Bible says, wives, submit yourselves to your husbands as you would do the Lord. Submit all your mind, all your thinking, all your way to your husbands as you would do the Lord. And he said, husbands, submit yourselves to your wives. As Christ did, let me rephrase. It says, husbands, give yourselves up for your wives as Christ had did for the church. So it is our job as men to protect, Be ready to battle and give up our lives for the women. Give up our lives for the family. Give up our lives for our pride, our tribe, our village. It is our job as men to protect. With husbands, he said, husbands, submit yourselves to your wives. Give up yourself to your wives as Christ did for the church. It is our duty, my job, to protect you first. By what? Protecting your mind. My job is to protect you first by protecting your mind. Protecting your mind is protecting our way of life. Protecting your mind is protecting our way of life. Protecting your mind is protecting who we are and what we're trying to breed, a nation we're trying to build. So when people talking about overpopulation control, what the fuck, what we talking about, bro? Overpopulation control? Overpopulation control. Listen, there is no overpopulated nowhere, okay? The earth is, we can't even consume the earth fast enough. This is what they have you believe. They have you believe that, yeah, the world is overpopulated. Are you kidding me? All the waters upon the earth, we ain't even tapped into the foundation of that. There's foundation underneath the waters. You mean to tell me we're overpopulated? We build on waters all the time. We build bridges across waters. So what you telling me? That all the waters that we have that are open space, you mean to tell me that that foundation is even overpopulated too? No. The world doesn't need more overpopulated thinking and theories. What the world needs is building, nation building. What the world needs is men being men. What the world needs is women being women and staying women. Stop this independent thinking stuff. I'm independent. Yay. No, that don't work. That don't work. What a woman wants is a man who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. That's what a woman wants. A man who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Shows the way to who? His children. Shows the way to his offspring. Shows the way to everybody else, to other men. So you ought to want your man to be a man so he can show the way to other men. So he can show the way to manhood. Manhood isn't this facade of we need to be successful and get cars and get houses and get big bank accounts and get careers and be politicians. And that's not being a man. That's not the definition of manhood. The definition of manhood is when your woman say, where we going? He says, I don't know, but let's go. And that confidence in I don't know, but let's go, she will follow. She will follow that because of his confidence. Hell, he don't know, but he sound like he do. Hell, he don't know, but he sure act like he know the way. I'm gonna go. He don't know, but he did sound like he know. He don't know where we going. We don't know the destination, but he sounded like he knew the way. I'm gonna go with him because he sound confident. Women will follow a man that's confident, but a man wants a woman that's confident as well. So if you find a man that is confident in being his natural self, like I was earlier, in my natural self, my shirt off, because that's who I am. If you go to my bio, you will see it say natural man. I am a natural man. I belong out in the open. I'm an outdoorsman. What she said? I'm gonna read this here for you. She said, honestly, but this is the thing. You being independent is not really you being independent. Let me say it again. Let me say it again for all you women out there. Especially, I got to speak to black women on this one. Black women on this one. You being independent is not you really being independent. You are only independent of us, me. You're not independent of the system. You're not independent of you're never independent of a man. This is the thing. You're never independent of a man. You're independent of a black man, but you're not independent of a man because you're dependent upon a man, whether he's a black man or not. But if it ain't a black man, if it ain't your man, that's your husband. If it's not him, then whose man are you dependent upon? And I ain't talking about your girlfriend's man. I ain't talking about your sister's husbands. I'm talking about you are dependent upon another man, a man that you cannot see, but is controlling your every move and your every thought and controlling your every way of life, controlling everything that you are. That's the man you're dependent upon. That man tells you when you can go and when you cannot go. That man tells you to pull over and you pull over. That man tells you to stop and you stop. That man tells you to sit and you sit. That man tells you to stand and you stand. But he's scared of the man that I am. Because the man that I am is going to come in and tell you, we're going this way. And you ought to follow me. Whether if it means death, you follow me. If it means death, you follow me. Because I am your man. Not him. You don't stop and put down your loyalty to me for him. That's why men need a confident woman. Men need a woman that he know will go and do and ride and die with him. Men need a woman that he know will go and do and ride and die with him. Men don't want a woman who's going to be like, the moment the man says stop, you stop. I had a girl like that one time. Not trying to go in and bash her, but she you know, I was on a run from the law. Police pulled us. I was in the passenger seat. I was on a run from the law. Police pulled us over. Police got behind because they knew I was in the car. She pulled over. I'm like, what you doing? What you doing? Keep going. Drive. Drive somewhere so I can get out and run. Shoot. What you talking about? You feel what I'm saying? Drive somewhere so I can get out the car and run. What are you doing? Stopping for the police. You know I got warrants, girl. The man pulls over. She pulls over. Huh? No, man. I need a woman that's confident in me. I need a woman that's confident in me. And I need a woman that's confident in herself. She cannot be second guessing. She cannot be, oh, I'm scared, you know, we're going to go to jail. Well, that's what the hell it's going to be then. That's what the hell it's going to be. Because we are not, listen, I am your man. I am your man. We go to jail, we go to jail. It ain't got nothing to do with, no, it ain't being stupid. It's being loyal to your man, your king. It's called being loyal to your king. That's what it's called. You would never see any monarchy. You would never see any of the king's men ever betray the loyalty of the king. You would never see that happen. They would die for their king. You would never see that happen in any monarchy. You would never see any king's men betray his king. It would not happen. Or it would be his head. It would be his head. Then you read it all through the Bible. All these men who were not bowing at the sound of King Nebuchadnezzar's trumpet and leet and harp. Remember, King Nebuchadnezzar said, everybody that does not bow at the sound of this harp, at this leet, at this trumpet, off with their head. 3 came and went and bowed. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they said, oh, you don't want to bow to the king's horn? They were betraying the king. They were betraying the king's orders. And what happened when they betrayed the king's orders? King Nebuchadnezzar said, throw their ass in that furnace and let them burn. Because they believed in the higher God. But they believed in their higher self. What happened? They came out untouched. They came out untouched. You understanding me? The mission and goal is not to have a man. See, when you say you're independent, but every woman need to be. No, you need to be independent until you find your king. You're independent until you find your king. And your king has to have the same mind as you. He cannot be different from you. He cannot be separate in thinking from you. Your king must, because your mind is his mind. Even in the scripture, it says what? A man shall leave his father and mother, and the two shall become one. This is divine mathematics. 1 + 1 is not 2. 1 + 1 = 1. Because 2 shall come together and they will make 1. Are you understanding? So that means my mind is your mind. Why? Because my mind is of God, higher self. Self-knowledge, knowledge of self. My mind is of knowledge of self. So a man wants a confident man. A woman wants a confident man. That didn't sound good. A man wants a confident man. That's not what I meant to say. A woman wants a confident man whose mind is of higher self, knowledge of self. This is what a woman wants. This is what a woman wants. To have a man that knows who he is, assertive in his and stands firm in his beliefs and stands his ground in who he is. And he don't bow to anyone. Even if it means death. It doesn't mean be stupid. It does not mean be stupid. Understanding that the European man have came in and built laws upon this land. That's why the goal in this land, while you're in this land, is to get back to a land where you can nation build. That's the goal. The goal is to get back to a land where you can nation build. Through the womb of the mama, do we build nations? Through the womb are we building our nation? This is why sex is meant for. This is why sex should be for procreation. And yes, even though some people cannot have babies, but what did Sarah do for Abraham? She went and got his ass a surrogate mother. Sarah did for Abraham what? Sarah could not bear a child, so what did she do for Abraham? She went and got him a surrogate mother and said, "Listen, we're gonna have a child. It does not matter. We're gonna have a kid. Let me go. You will, Abraham. You will bear a seed." Because his gene was too important. His gene is too important. They needed his gene. They needed his gene. So what did Sarah do? Let's go get you a surrogate wife. And we'll make sure you have a child because you need to have a seed upon this land. And we need to breed more like you. This is what animals do in the animal kingdom. When you see those two males fighting, they are fighting for the right to mate with that woman. That woman is waiting on a dominant male to come out as the victor. So what? So she can pass on, he can pass on his dominant gene, alpha male gene, manhood gene to her offspring, and she will breed another dominant male like that. This is the goal. This is the mission. Yes. Sex is for procreation. It is for healing also. But sex is for procreation, and for those who cannot procreate, then don't take it out of the Bible. If you are a Bible scripture believing, Bible carrying, scripture believing Christian sanity, if you believe in Christian sanity and that's your belief, that's okay. And you believe in the Bible. I read the Bible. I know the Bible back to front. I've read it for 12 years. I know what that Bible say. And when you see in that scripture, if you cannot bear a seed, then what did she do? She went and got a surrogate wife for Abraham. And she bare the seed with her. Because Sarah understood the importance of that gene being passed on. This is why a woman ought to seek a man, a confident man. Why? So he can pass that gene on. So he can pass that gene on. It's about the passing of the gene. But you've been bought and you've been sold out. You've been bought out by a way of life that does not work. It doesn't work. It will not last. And it has no meaning behind it. Let me be independent and let me go get a nice home and a nice car. Let me do all this for myself. And next thing you know, you claiming you don't need a man. Well, what the fuck? Hold the hell up. Wait a minute. What you mean you don't need a man? What you mean you don't need a man? You were born to need a man. You were made to need a man. You were made to have a man. Because you were made with the fixings to have a man. You were made with the fixings for a man to come into you so that you can bear his seed. This is your job as a woman, to be a wife and a mother. Not to be a wife through the way they've made it to be, where you got to go to a court system and get some paper and say we're married. That's an institutionalized system that is all about money. It's a monetary institutionalized system. That's what marriage is about. But God say a man shall leave his mother and father, and the two shall become, and cling to his wife, and the two shall become one. There is no other involved. God didn't put anybody in between that. He said a man shall leave his mother and father and cling to his wife. God didn't put no system in between that. God didn't put a system in between that marriage. God didn't put a system in between that man leaving his mother and father to get to his wife. That man is to leave his mother and father and go search for his wife. That's his mission. Your mission is your mission is to wait for your man to come and get you. And it doesn't matter what he has. It's not about material things. Your man, you ought to want a man with a confident mind. You ought to want a man who's confident in himself, assertive in himself, says what he means and means what he says, and does what he says he's going to do. You need that man. This is your goal in life, to find that guy, find that man. Because this is what animals are doing all throughout the animal kingdom. Even the female, she's calling out with these mate calls to her male. She's giving out these mate calls. She's not looking. She's standing there and calling. Where are you? Where are you? My man, where are you? She's not going out searching for her man. The man does the searching. The man does the searching. The woman stays in place and does the calling. The woman is to wait for her man to come. This is the job of a woman, to wait for her man to come. She puts out the mate call, like every animal in the animal kingdom does, like every female animal in the animal kingdom does. They stand and wait and put out the call. Where are you, my man? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'm ready for you. Come and get me. Come receive me. Come receive me, my man. Come receive me. And your man is to be what? A confident man. So there's going to be many men running to the call of that woman. There's going to be many men running to the call of that woman. But the job of the many that come, they battle that out. To do what? To find out the confident one in that bunch. The strong one, the alpha one, the assertive one. Because she wants to pass on that gene. But a man needs a confident woman as well. Because a man needs to make sure that, like in the lion's pride, when you look at a lion's pride, the lions, who do all the hunting? Is it the male lion? No. The male lion does the killing of any invader of the territory. The male lion does the killing. The male lion doesn't do the hunting. The women lion do the hunting. The women lion do the hunting. And when it's time to eat, the male comes and get what's his portion. The women lion do the killing of the hunting. The male lion does the killing. There's a difference. There's a difference. The women lion do the hunting. The male lion does the killing. The women lion hunt and get the food and gather the food for the male and for the babies. The male lion does the killing of any invader of that territory. The male lion is on alert. The male lion is keeping the perimeter safe. Always looking and scouting for any enemy. Looking and scouting for invaders. Looking for and scouting for anybody trying to come and invade on his territory. This is what the male lion is doing throughout the whole his existence, protecting that pride. But the male lion need to be confident in what though? That if by passing off my gene, you as a confident woman is going to raise up more like me. It's a prideful thing for a male lion to pass off his gene. It's a prideful thing. It's a lion's pride to pass off his gene. They love passing off their gene. It's the pride of a lion to do that. Of any animal, to pass off their gene. They want to pass off their gene because they're confident as men. They're confident as male lions that they're creating what? They are prolonging the livelihood, prolonging the existence of their type of species. And not only their species, but even their breed of lion. Because you got weak lions and you got strong lions. So he is confident that by passing off his seed to the woman, he is what? He is creating more breeds of lions like himself. Strong, alpha, assertive men. So women, you ought to be looking for a confident male. Women want a confident man, but a man wants a confident woman. She cannot be jealous because her man is a confident man. She can't. When you are looking for a man, you are looking for a confident man. And when you find your confident man, you are not to switch him up and change him from the way that he is, because the way that he attracted you, it's going to happen. He's going to attract many other women. Just like when that woman is standing, just like when that female animal is giving out that mate call, many come, many come, many come, many men come to her mate call. Many men come to her mate call, but only one can have her. And that is the one who is battling out, showing that he's the alpha male. This is the same thing in human nature. The one what? Women are looking for a man. Women are looking for a man, a confident man. But the man needs a confident woman. So therefore, when the man finds that woman, when you find your man and he's that confident type that you want and you like and you know that's the man you were looking for because he has your mind. When you find that man, then you need to put away your emotions. Because freedom is the absence of emotions. It is time to now put down your emotional self and stop looking at your man as a women magnet. Yes, he looks good. He attracted you. Yes, he's confident. He attracted you. Yes, he's assertive. He attracted you. Yes, he's all these things that attracted you. Do you not think it's going to attract other women? Yes, it will attract other women. But you should be proud of that. You should be proud that you got the dominant male out of all the males. You got the alpha male out of all the males. You should be proud to be able to show what a dominant alpha male looks like. You should be proud to allow your man to be a man so that he can show other men what it looks like to be a man. So you should be doing workshops with your man and showing, yo, this is what a man looks like. You should be out there doing workshops on your man. Yo, look, everybody, come on, this is my workshop. This is what it looks like to have a man. And you hear him talk and you see him walk and he stands with his chest out and he's confident and he keeps his nose up to the sky because he's a proud man. He's a proud man. He's proud of who he is. He isn't ashamed. He isn't ashamed of who he is. He isn't ashamed to show himself. He isn't ashamed. He isn't ashamed of himself. To be ashamed of yourself is to not love yourself. And to tell me to not show myself and to tell me to not love myself is that you are being ashamed of me for me when you don't even have that place yet. You don't have the place to be ashamed of me for me. How can you do that? You're not to do that. You're not to be ashamed of me for me. You ought to be proud of me. Because, yes, the way you found your man, confident, assertive, proud, many women are looking for that. And many women are going to be attracted to that. But that should make you a proud woman to say, I got the dominant species. I got the dominant male. I got the alpha male. Because to have a man with his own mind is to have a man that can lead you out of destruction and lead you into your destination. You want a man to lead you out of destruction and lead you into your destination. That's the purpose of a man. To lead you out of destruction and into your destination. Because you are living in the world in a mind full of destruction. Where we destroy ourselves through our food. We destroy ourselves through our education. We destroy ourselves, how we educate ourselves. Because we're being taught the way to live is backwards. So you take your fruit pills and your vegetable pills and you throw them in the garbage can. You don't know how to continue the cycle of life. Understanding that when you bury your food, when you bury your pills and your seeds, you create new compost. This is the cycle of life. All your fruit pills and your seeds are biodegradable. All you got to do is bury it and you create new soil. You create new soil. You convert that into new compost. And then guess what comes from that? New life. New life, new plant life come from that. But you've been taught to live backwards. Everything about life, you've been taught backwards. You are in your lower self. And you need a man that is confident. A man that is in his higher self. So he can bring you to your higher self, which is his mind. You want a man that is confident. A man that is confident in his way. A man that is confident. This is your mission in life. This is your goal in life. To find a confident male. Are you understanding? Stop believing in the way that they put on you through TV, through your educational institutions. Making you believe that life is this way. This is the way life is supposed to be. You know, I'm supposed to find my man and my husband, and we're supposed to get married. And we're supposed to live happily ever after with a house and a home and a carriage, and I'm going to make that house a home. I'm going to make that house a home, and we're going to live happily ever after and for 40 and 50 and 60 years of marriage. Huh? No, you ought to want your man to get up and go and do something and become something and build something for you. You ought to want your man to get up and go and build something for you. Your man should not be thinking about how he can go to work for another man. Your man should be thinking about how he can build for his tribe, his village, how he can build for generations to come, a legacy, how he can leave a legacy. My mind is always on legacy. This is why I wrote a book, because my mind was on legacy. This is why I wrote a book. My mind was thinking legacy. I want my children to be able to read my book, hear my voice, come alive when I'm gone. When I am gone, my children will read my books and hear my voice come alive in their head. They will be able to hear me speak. I am immortal. I've made myself immortal through having a legacy. I've made myself immortal because I left a legacy for my children. And this is how lions and animals do with their genome. When they are passing off the seed, they're making themselves immortal. They're making their breed, their type, their kind immortal by passing off that alpha male gene to the woman. They're making themselves immortal. Why? Because they're that type of species, that type of breed of species, that type of confidence will live on through the sons and the daughters. It will live on through the offspring. And so your goal is to be looking for a man, but you ain't to be searching. You ought to be looking. Where are you? Where are you? I'm ready for you. Come and get me. I'm here for you. I'm waiting. Take me as I am. This is your job, woman. Stop believing in this independent. I'm independent and I don't need a man. And that's fake. That's flawed. It's flawed all through the system of that. It's flawed. It's flawed. It's all the way flawed. There is no sustainability in being independent. There is no sustainability in being independent. Why? Because you are here. You were created to reproduce. There is no independability. There is no sustainability in independence. You see, they taught you that, especially when they came over here with their ways. With their ways, they came over here and they taught you by taking your man away from you, ripping him from the home. And you keep saying you're independent. You're really not independent. Because if you're not governed by your man, you're governed by some man. You're governed by a man. Who man? What man? What man are you governed by? Because you're governed by a man. Whether you think so or not, you are. You are being governed by a man. You are being governed by a man. That man says, pull over, your ass pull over. That man says, pull over, you pull over. That man says, stop, you stop. That man says, sit, you sit. That man says, rise, you rise. You're listening to a man. Why? Because these are his laws. These are his laws. You're listening to a man because these are his laws. When you obey his laws, you're obeying that man. So what they did, especially in the black home, they took the man out. Why? Because they understand that if they have an alpha male in that home, the alpha male will lead that woman his way. The alpha male will lead that woman his way. And they don't want any man, let alone a black man. They don't want any man leading the woman away from their way. So what do they got to do? They got to strip the man from the home, out of the system, total gone, all the way gone, prison or dead. We got to get rid of it. We got to get rid of it. And they leave you with a selection of wimpy men. They leave you with a selection of wimpy men, men who follow their laws, men whose mind is their mind. Men who are not assertive and confident in themselves. So they go get his education because they're not confident in themselves to build their own nation. They're not confident in themselves to build something. So they go get his education. They go get his training. They go get his knowledge. They go get all that stuff because they're not confident in themselves that they have the ability to do what it takes to be a man, to be a confident man. And that's why a man needs a confident woman, because a man don't need what? A woman hindering the steps of him building for them. A man don't need a woman hindering the steps of the man that she has in the way that he is, because he's confident in who he is. He's going to be confident in anything he put his hands to, anything he put his mind to. He's a confident man. So anything he does, he's confident in it. So if that man never built the house and he go buys lumber and you say, what you doing? He says, I'm building the house. You ought to say, okay. You ain't to be like, you ain't never built no house. What the fuck you mean? Get out of here. Get out of here. Go. Just go. If that man's a confident man, he is confident in everything that he is as a man. So if that man go buys lumber one day out of the Home Depot store and just all of a sudden decide to have a house, you ain't to look at that man and say, what are you doing here? No, you ought to get your hands dirty and be like, how can I help you, baby? Let me feed you. Are you hungry? Let me give you something to eat, something to drink. What do you need? Because that's confidence in the man. Leave him alone and let him build. That's what he does. That's what the man does. Leave him alone and let him build. Don't come around with your negative. Don't come around with your incompetent, your insecure self. You found that man a confident man. Let him stay a confident man. Yes, women are attracted to confident men. Yes. So you're going to have many women attracted to him. Many are going to be attracted to this man. Many. But if he's a man that's focused, you ain't got to worry about that. Because a man that is a confident man is a man that is a focused man. You ever heard JC say, Jay-Z's a focused man? A man that's confident man is a man that is a focused man. He don't allow hindrances and debilitations and all these things to stop him from doing what's on his mind to do as a man. And what is his job as a man? He is to perform. His job is to protect, perform, and provide. His job is to protect, perform, and provide. That's his role and his job as a man. And if anything comes in the way of hindering that, then that takes away his confidence. And so here comes the European mindset with the, you need a degree for that. No, the fuck I don't. Who said I need a degree in any of this? You need a degree. Where did degrees come from? Where did degrees come from before? We were building tribes and building pyramids and building huts and houses. Go to Africa and tell me if any of them people living in them hut houses got a degree for doing that. Go over there and look and ask me if they got a degree in construction. Go over in Africa and go look over in these countries where you see all these tribes and villages. Go look at all these little villages. Go into the villages of these people and tell me if any of these village people got educational degrees for doing and making the way of life, for being agriculture, for being able to pitch their own water, for being able to grow their own food, for being able to build their own homes, for being able to power their own homes with light, build their own everything. You tell me if any of these village people got degrees. Where you get this mindset of, this is a European way of mind thinking. This is Europeanism, having you think that you need a degree, having you think that you need a level of degree in education. So what do? They took the man that is able to do these things, the confident man, away from you. They took the confident man away from you that is able to do such things like build, able to do such things like go and start tribes and nations. They took that man away from you and gave you the wimpy man. The man who? The man that has their mind, because the man that has their mind is the wimpy man. The wimpy man has their educational thinking. They taught him and trained him in their educational institutions. They taught him and trained him in their educational institutions, so he has their mind. And so he comes out with no common sense and no knowledge of nothing, but all he got is book smart. Can't do nothing with hands. He's just a book smart dude. That's it. Filled with a bunch of head knowledge, but can't do nothing with his hands. Your man ought to be a man that can do both. Build with his mind and build with his hands. Your man should be a man that can do both. Build with his mind and build with his hands. Because it is through his mind can he build with his hands. It is through his mind that he is able to even build with his hands. So when you see your man go buy lumber one day, don't ask what he's doing. The man say, I'm building a house. I'm building a house. And leave it at that. Because you found your man a confident man, confident in everything that he's able to do. He put his hands to, he put his mind to. He's a confident man. And a confident woman. That woman needs to be confident in herself. Stop this independent thinking stuff, because that's a trap. You say you're independent, but you're really not independent. You are independent. What did I say? Independent is not sustainable. Independency is not sustainable. It's not. And even if you think it is, you will die a half a woman. Even if you think it is, you will die a half a woman, not fulfilling your need, not fulfilling your desires, not fulfilling your whole self. Even if you think it is. Even if you think it is, you will not be able to fulfill your desires as a woman. You will die not fulfilling your desires as a woman. Because you've been told, go get this education. Go get this education. You flaunt your master's degree, your doctorate degree, and all this good stuff. And then what? You become successful. You get you a nice car. You get you a nice home. And you find you a man, sort of say. But he's a wimpy man. He's a wimpy man. He's not a man. And I call him a wimpy man because he has to take on their mindset, their thinking, their way of thinking, their way of lifestyle living, their way of living. Oh, I got to have a degree to be able to get this money to be able to get a house. And so y'all riding in $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 in debt. This is not the way of life. You are not to be in debt to anybody. You are not in debt to anybody. You are the natural living, breathing man. You are in no debt. But they put you in debt so you can owe them, and they trap you by trapping your soul. They trap your soul. So your man is not a man. Why? Because he's not a free man. Your man can't be a man because he's not a free man. Owing anybody. Owing anybody. When he buys that house, he's going to owe land taxes. When he buys that car, he's going to pay 2 taxes. A state tax for that Florida, for that tag. I say Florida because I'm in Florida. But he's going to pay a state tax for that tag, and he's going to pay a tax. He's going to pay a city tax at the tag place. So he's going to be paying 2 taxes. They're going to tax your ass to death. You're going to get taxed to death. You got a business, you're going to get taxed to death. You leave an inheritance for your children, that's going to get taxed. Your money that you left for your children will get taxed. That's not a man. That's not leaving a legacy. That's not being confident in yourself, saying I don't need them. I will build for my children and leave them what I build with my hands. That's not being confident in themselves. That's a man that's saying I need this system. I need his system. I need his education. I need his way of thinking. I need his lifestyle. I need it all to be able to be who I can be, so I can better my family. What kind of man is that? What kind of man is that? This is not a man. Your man ought to be able to say, I'm going to the Home Depot store. I'm going to get some lumber. I'll be back. And then when he comes back with that lumber and you see that man, that's a man that's confident. He's building your home. He's building your nation. He's building you a village. He don't need an education. He don't need none of that. That's all theirs. Let them have that. Your man ought to be confident. And his woman ought to be confident in him. Because what it does, if his woman is not confident, he has to make up for her lack of confidence, and it impedes upon his building, his job to perform. It impedes upon his job to perform. Because she's worried and stressed all the damn time. Because the man got her stressed like that. Not her man, but the man. The man that she's really serving. He's got her stressed like that. He's got her believing that. Listen, this house is going to be taken away from you if you don't pay these taxes. This job is going to be taken away from you soon. See, your job should be a wife and the mother. That job can never be taken away from you. Some of you who can't have children, your job is to be a wife. This job can never be stripped of you because that's the job nature gave you. Nature gave you this job. God gave you this job. To bear seed, bear fruit, and multiply. To bear seed, be fruitful, and multiply. God gave you that job. Your job as a woman is to nurse, nurture, and nourish. Nurse, nurture, and nourish. This is your job. Are you understanding me? This is your job. Nurse, nurture, and nourish. Your man is going to be a confident man. If you're going to look for a man and you're saying this is the man you want and he's a confident man, then you ought to leave him a confident man and not try to tear down that which how you found him. Because to have a confident man, of course, many women will flock to that man. They're running to him. But he chose you out of the flock. Many women are running to that man, but he chose you out of the flock. He took you out of the pack because he saw a confident woman in the pack. He saw a woman that was his mind. He saw a woman that had his mind, the mind of confidence. So he took you out of the pack and made you what? A confident woman, even more confident woman, bringing you into the knowledge of self. Because the reason why you like that man because of his confidence is because that man has a knowledge of self, not a knowledge of their education and what they taught him in their institutions, not a knowledge of what they're telling him to be. I wrote a quote on my Facebook wall the other day. I said, if you become everything they tell you to be, then we will have another one of them and not a one of you. I don't want another one of them, because if you become everything they tell you to be, then we will have another one of them and not a one of you. I'm not looking for another one of them. If everybody is thinking the same, then nobody is thinking at all. If everybody is thinking the same, then nobody is thinking at all. I don't want someone who's not thinking for themselves. My woman has to be a woman that thinks for herself, has her own mind. Let this mind be in you that was also in who? Christ Jesus. But let this mind be in you that was also in your king. Because what did the Bible even say? It says, wives, submit yourselves to your husbands as you would to the Lord. As is a key word. As. That's a key word. Submit yourselves to your husbands as you do to the Lord. Meaning, give all your mind to that man as you did when you were serving me. As you did when you were serving me. Give all your mind to this man. And it said, man, do what? Man, submit yourselves to your wives as give yourselves up for your wives as Christ did for the church. How did Christ give himself up? He died for her. And so it is man's job to die for his wife, die for his family, die for his nation, die for his tribe, die for his village. That which he left and built, that which he built and left. It is his job to die and leave something. A man is not a man if you don't die and leave something. For what? For his people, his village people, his tribesmen and women. This is what it means to be an alpha lion. To pass on your genome. So that you may live in that tribe, right in that pride for years and years and years to come. So that when they do a DNA test on your great grandbabies, they find your blood still tied to that. You become an ancestor of that 15 generations from now. This is what it means to be a confident man, to be an alpha male. To be able to say, I'm going to leave something behind, a piece of me, a part of me. I'm going to leave my gene behind. I think I just swallowed a bug. I think I just swallowed a bug, y'all. Whatever it was, it tasted good. Hibiscus tea. Get you some hibiscus tea. It's real good. All right. Eat me some more peanuts before I get on out of here. So the goal and the mission in life is what? Go watch part 1 of this video. Part 1 is a woman wants a confident man. She don't want a wimpy man. She don't want a man with the mind of everybody else. She don't want a man with the mind of everybody else. She wants a man that is sure of himself. And for you men, a man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So, now get this, and I got to get out of here. I got to go. Shut this down low. A man, part one. A man is what? A man is, a woman wants a confident man. Part two. A man wants a confident woman. Not to impede on his confidence, because that stops the building of his nation. That stops the building of his nation. All right? I'm out of here. I got to go. See y'all later. Peace. Salute. All my soldiers who came into the room today. Thank you. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm out.